Thursday, when we always bring down our stories and area of concentration here in Edo State. Today will be no difference because we have something up our sleeves to talk about. But first, let's take up your written voices that you sent to us, which are the messages and your reactions to some headlines and other issues bordering on politics or any other issue. All right, this is coming from Ogewe Sunday, aka me, myself, and I, and he says, "Good morning. I don't think it is right for government to continue to close down schools because of COVID-19. They should reopen schools and urge school authority to adhere to COVID-19 guidelines." Thank you so much for your message. And Lagos Man Orosanye is saying, all the way from Ego Axis, he's saying, hold on. "I salute you, God's love, for your big good work. God bless you in Jesus' name. Amen." Thank you. Teachers versus Edo government. It is very uncalled for to hear teachers planning to go on strike from Monday 18th January 2021 for grievances that can be settled with dialogue. How many months ago now, the same teachers held the state government to high esteem? Please, our teachers should shelve the planned strike for our children to start school and learn earnestly. Thank you, KUFM. And more messages. Good AM, KUFM. Good morning, KUFM. I want to stop reading this. That's something like good AM. Good morning, KUFM. The federal government is to be blamed for all the ASU-SANU strike for refusing to keep the agreement they both signed. My question is, where are all the recovered loot, borrowed fund, oil derivation fund, all the billions generated from various government agencies and World Bank grant? That is the grievances here and reasons ASU-SANU are tackling the federal government with all this sum. Federal government is saying there is no money. This is unthoughtful. John from AI. Thank you so much, John. BDC, very low voltage supplied in the midnight is a useless power supply. They should increase voltage and rotate on and off schedule. Ibrahim from Agbo Road. We're moving on. A government which scare away truth and take up lies should be prepared for retrogression and backward life. Bishop Coker got no reason to apologize for saying the truth. Stand for it. Truth saves. Those accusers think twice. The country is for us all. God bless us, from Big J. Thanks. Okay, you're welcome. I guess those are the messages we have this morning on the program. All right, so the program this morning, being Thursday, we're still talking COVID, but this time around, I'll just be reading out the statistics we have here in Edo State, plans and measures Edo State government is planning or already started carrying out just to curb the disease. And also we're going to be talking about the National Union of Teachers here in Edo State on their planned strike on January 18th. And then also we will look at SANU and NASU strike. Yeah, that's SANU and NASU striking due to some reasons. This will form our crux of conversation this morning. And when we are done, I'll open the phone lines and take your opinion. Stick around. I'll be right back after this short break.
Join the conversation on KUFM's dialogue as we introduce written voices. You can now keep the conversation going beyond 10 a.m. Send us your views on topical or burning issues of the moment, news, current affairs, or social-political issues that you may wish to share your thoughts on. It must be civil, factual, straight to the point, and in not more than 150 words, and we will give it a voice. Send your views to kufmdialogue@gmail.com or via our WhatsApp platform on 0807 552 7556. Keep the conversation going. Dialogue. Your voice counts.
Welcome back to Still Dialogue on 92.7 KUFM. Now let's get talking, starting first with COVID-19 statistics. Yes, we know that the second wave of COVID-19 in Nigeria is really fast spreading and terrible. And here in Edo State, recently we've recorded 39 new cases and 12 recoveries. That's in the isolation and treatment centers across the state, by the way. So the Edo State COVID-19 Incident Manager, whose name is Dr. Andrew Obi, disclosed this at their daily virtual meeting of the State Task Force on COVID-19 response that was chaired by the Governor Godwin Obaseki. And according to him, he said that we've recorded 39 new cases of COVID-19 in the states, and 21 cases were reported. 21 cases were reported from the RT and PCR laboratory at Irua Specialist Teaching Hospital, and then 18 was from the University of Benin Teaching Hospital, UBTH, in Ugbowo, the laboratory there, and they have generally collected 102 samples in the last 24 hours. So currently, according to the doctor, the incident manager, Dr. Andrew, he said that we have 299 active cases in the state. And according to the data from State Situation Room Analysis and Comparison, of the first 6 weeks of the first and second wave of the pandemic has really been disturbing. We've actually witnessed a 13.9% increase in case positivity rate, and then 10% rise in elderly persons infection. So I have to take it again, 10% rise in elderly persons infection. So furthermore, there has been a 15.5% increase in young person. That's corresponding with the 13.9% increase generally in the community transmission for COVID-19 in the state. So this trend is a very disturbing development. Individuals, groups, and institutions, we all must be responsible to fight against this COVID-19. And what is the state doing generally, and other major bodies and organizations in the state? So quickly, Obaseki, the Governor Godwin Obaseki, he has actually engaged religious leaders just like Khan, and they've actually activated monitoring committee. So he has rallied with religious leaders in the state that they should, redouble their efforts, preach, advise members, yes, church members, religious members, mosque members, concerning the COVID-19, teach them about the COVID-19, so they should redouble their efforts in supporting the state government's effort to actually halt or reduce the spread of the second wave. And he said this happened during the federal meeting with Christian and Muslim leaders in the state to intimidate the leaders that, though the state government, they have deployed resources in tackling the second wave, the data from its Emergency Operations Center, that is EOC, has shown that the pandemic will be actually more devastating if precautionary measures are not strictly adhered to. And according to the governor, COVID-19 is here, and it has come back more with its venom and more fast spreading and more dangerous in attacking the people. So in the first wave, the bulk of the cases were in Ikpobaoka, Ego, and Oredo local government areas. Now we are actually seeing disturbing trends in Esako West, Esan West local government areas. So people are actually not adhering to these guidelines, and it has become worrisome. And what is actually most disturbing is that children are now being highly infected. So if you're thinking that kids are not exempted, this second wave, children are now being highly infected, which is a cause of concern. So the state is actually worried. The government is worried, and they can't fold their arms, and they've asked religious leaders, everybody who is in the society, to help fight, obey COVID-19 rules so as to curb this. So the governor, like I said, he is begging, especially with the religious leader, please and please try as much as you can to imbibe all of this in your teaching. And then the chairman of Edo State Chapter, the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, his name is Bishop Oyenude Kure, he noted that the religious leaders would activate CAN COVID-19 compliance committee, just like I said. They have actually, and their job is to monitor and ensure that churches are equipped with hand washing. I support to this. I concur to this. And that churches observe social distancing and limit duration of their services. Then also the chief imam of Benin Central Mosque, Abdul Fattah Enabulele, said that he would spread the word on the fatality of the second wave of COVID-19 to mosques across the state. And he also pledged to communicate the deadly nature of the disease to Muslim faithful so that they can take personal responsibility for their safety. And then we also had the chaplain of the University of Benin, Venerable Osaze Egbenusi. He also said it was essential for CAN to actually comply. So if you want to get more details, they have ruled out WhatsApp numbers for you to contact them. It's 09025944616. I'm going to take it again. 0902-594-4616. Still on what the state government is doing, the state government has instructed that there will be no face mask, no entry into any government office. It's same if you're working in an organization that still allows people to, stroll in and out of the organization without face mask and without having wash stations. I think you should raise the alarm and try to talk to your bosses in charge. Or even if you could do it yourself, some of them might even say there's no money to get. I'm sure some organizations got wash stations during the first COVID-19 wave. So you could bring it out. If you had dumped it somewhere, you could bring it out, wash it, and fill it up with water and your soap as a wash station at the entrance of your organization. So Edo State government has actually insisted that it will not allow workers, visitors without face masks into government offices as part of measures to put in place to check the spread of second wave of COVID-19. So please, if you are visiting any government office and you're not wearing your face mask and you're asked to go back, it's not their fault, it's yours. If it's important to you, you'll get a face mask. I think everybody should do so. Fast food is basically important. If you run a fast food and you're listening to me right now, I would not want to call names. I would not want to call or point fingers to anybody where I've visited so far. Even the people serving were not putting on face masks. So please, fast food, so many other organizations that are out there, if you know you've not started enforcing the no face mask, no entry rule in your different organization, I think is now. Concerning people who will be in charge of going around to check if organizations are obeying to it, I think the state government is also looking at that. So when you're being faulted, just like clubs in Lagos are now being, fined for disobeying the COVID-19 rule in Lagos. If you are fined for disobeying some of the rules in Edo State, nobody is against you. You are against yourself. So you are advised that you should wear and put out the notice of no face mask, no entry in all your organizations out there. All right, that's it for the COVID-19 segment. Let's move over to educational sector, where it's looking like some dust is being raised by some unions in the educational sector. First, let's start from primary school sector here in Edo State, where the Nigerian Union of Teachers here in the States, they have directed that all primary school heads and teachers that they should embark on an indefinite strike action that would start from 18th of January 2021. They made this decision last night after they had their State Executive Council meeting of the teachers here in Benin, by the way. They said that Edo State government, that they failed to meet their demands. And what are these demands? Some of the demands are, non-payment of their 2013 to 2015 promotion arrears of the teachers here in some of the local governments are Oredo, Orionwo, and Wode. They said the teachers in this local government and other local governments, they've not been paid their promotion arrears of 2013 to 2015. So they have signed that the strike is going to start from January 18. So it's not like they just woke up and, decided to go on strike. This strike actually had a 21 days ultimatum and another 14 days ultimatum. So altogether, they had 35 days. The state government rather had 35 days to listen to or have talks with the NUT, that's Nigerian Union of Teachers, before the expiration date, which was on Monday. So the teachers, if you're a parent out there, they've actually urged you to keep your children in school. They would not be going back to school until state government pays or come to table and sign a memorandum of agreement, MOA, to their demands here in Edo State. Well, we are hoping to get one of the ESCOs of NUT. They were not able to come through. We did our best to reach out to them, but they were not able to come through today. But we will definitely reach out to them one more time to get a proper story behind all of these grievances. Just like one of our texters said, they were all out in support of the state government before and after the election. But what happened, or what's happening now after the election? We need to talk and hear, and also get someone from the federal government, from the state government rather, to come speak also. So let's move on to the tertiary institution, where the national president of the Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, that's SANU, his name is Mohammed Ibrahim, they've said that the union might actually embark on an industrial action if federal government don't listen to their demands. What are they actually demanding? Remember, they went on a 3-day protest nationwide. There was a 3-day protest nationwide to actually pass their grievances to the federal government. And this protest, some of the reason for this protest is the irregularities in the integrated payroll personnel information system. This has been on for over a year now. Is that it? So they are still on it. According to them, they said they have GPIS. Is that it, or GPIIS? I know that's something they wanted to use, and the federal government is refusing. The federal government is insisting on IPPIS. So that is what is causing the disagreement between these group of people, and again, in fact, the lecturers and those of them in tertiary institutions and the federal government. But this group of people, this is NASU and SANU right now, they have other grievances. First, like I said, IPPIS is included, and then they have non-payment of earned allowances, and then they also have non-payment of minimum wage arrears, and many other issues. And I think I touched a little bit on some of those issues with Professor Monday Omoroge, who is the ASU chairman here, Uniben chapter. We're able to talk about it, but like he said, he's not a member, so he doesn't really know much about their grievances. They also talked about the sharing formula of 70 billion naira that the federal government gave to universities. They are protesting the sharing formula. I don't know what it is. They insist that, the 75% and 25% sharing formula for the end allowances, it doesn't favor their members. So I think they want a 50-50 thing. We do not know. Still reaching out to some of them. We will definitely get them to come talk concerning this particular issue. So these are the things, or these are the topics that we'll be addressing this morning on the program. All you just have to do right now, phone lines are now open. It's time for us to talk, call in and drop your reaction. The numbers are 0706 263 9275, 0903 939 4427, and 0812 178 9154. Or you can send a text to 0807 400 9076. What's your take on the Nigerian Union of Teachers strike here in Edo State, SANU and NASU, and of course the statistics of COVID-19 in Edo State? And I'll be taking your opinions and contributions after this short break.
Development is not a thin veneer. It is not spit and polish, not to hang out new curtains so the neighbors think we're doing well. Development is buses that run every 5 minutes. It is a telephone in a local government office that is answered every time it rings. It is cars that stay in lane, people that wait at midnight for red lights to turn green. It is civil servants who are civil, public servants who are servants, leaders that stay on their feet till their people are seated, presidents that listen to questions without irritation. Development is not politics. It is not the gift to society of a strong man in office to make us queue and force feed us, not what a government thinks is best for us. Development is all that stuff a child dreams of becoming. To grow up and find it's okay to become it. To follow the paths that make sense to our hearts, so lawyers are lawyers and plumbers are plumbers, and artists don't have to apply to be bankers. To sit in a park and not wonder why such spaces are wasted on leisure and thought. Each man, the plank they were destined to be. Development is the existence of multiple spaces. Multiple options and identities, not just Christian or Muslim, black or white. When we live in a universe of infinite possibilities, development is infinite possibilities. Like solar for power and forests for deserts, like drilling for oil without hurting the mangroves, like the extinction of polio, a world without end where the girl is a student and not a young mother, like lions and lambs, supermarkets, street markets, big business, small people, big people, not Boko Haram, that makes my destruction the prerequisite for its own expansion, like farmers and herders, like eagles and hawks. Development is to coexist. To coexist upon this planet that wobbles on a delicate balance in unending space, where comets collide, where chaos and creation are two sides of a coin. Development is the wisdom to keep us spinning. To take out today, put back tomorrow, to fight within rules, pay back what you borrow, to walk to the future but keep some of the past, and stop telling our children we are indestructible, to remember Noah, that layer of earth that once bore the weight of dinosaurs, that life is rootless and won't hesitate to snuff out existence when we make the wrong choices. Development is to make the right choices. Between healthcare and weapons, education and mansions, presidential jets or one power station, bulldozing slums to make way for luxury apartments, or altering the city plan to make way for people, development is people. The way they laugh and love and sometimes fall ill, to have someone care for the vulnerable, where streets are safe and house is home and the arrow is free to fly to its mark, where the soul can breathe out, not holding creation, and the world is as vast as our imagination, not limited by borders or ethnicity or religion or the contents of any economics textbook, not limited by the experiences of the past or the present. Development is not a junction with signboard that says left to Russia or right to the United States. For the houses we want will not be built of theories, and there's nothing hypothetical about our dreams. When I flick the switch, what I want is power, not a lecture on the dialectical nature of power. When I reach out my hands, what I want is life, not another long projection on economic growth. To realize our potential, to achieve our dreams, to become ourselves, to look at our children in the eyes tonight and know that we have done everything possible to make sure that they have a better shot at happiness. This is what development is. And after all the number crunching and policy debating and report writing, if we are not able to deliver this, better prospects for our people, then what is the point? Because no matter the level of success or fame or glory that I can achieve as a person, it will never wipe away the shame of being a citizen of a grossly underperforming nation. So I beg you, as leaders in all your various spheres of influence, give us back our pride. Thank you.
All right, welcome back to Dialogue. Let's get talking. Phone lines are now open. 0706 263 9275, 0903 939 4427, and 0812 178 9154. Reactions on the NUT strike, SANU and NASU strike, and COVID-19 statistics that we talked about here, all in Edo State. Good morning.
Good morning, my sister. God bless you, Jesus' name.
Thank you so much. Welcome. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Lagos Manosai from the Garden.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, the COVID-19 issue, protecting this and that. The government does not even believe that even the first phase, people are wearing it on their jaw. People are wearing it on their neck. They are not wearing it in the nose or mouth, which is said it should be covered. It's a practice to almost everybody, even the officials in the offices. When they are even talking in the television, they don't wear it, they put it on their jaws. So I think the best thing is to wipe out this nose mask and make sure that everybody keeps to a hygienic system. Washing of hands with soap, carrying your sanitizer in your pocket,
if you wipe out
every other minute.
If you wipe hold on, Lagos man, if you wipe out the nose mask, don't you think it's risky? Because what if I have COVID-19 but I've washed my hands and I'm talking to you? You can contract the virus. So nose mask is for protection.
After you have talked to me, I put that in my pocket put the hand sanitizer and place it to my hand, and then use it to wipe my face.
That's not.
All those infections are not very serious. They will die immediately in seconds.
That's not plausible. That's actually not even possible, because if I speak to you and my saliva should touch your face, if I have COVID-19, you're not going to use your sanitizer to wash your face, okay? Some particles have already gotten into your nose and your mouth, and probably you might be infected with the virus. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Ibrahim Momo. I'm calling from Bowen in the East.
Welcome, Mr. Ibrahim. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to again commend you and your station for this wonderful job you guys are doing
Thank you so
in
much.
raising the awareness, about COVID-19. I'm surprised and disappointed that Nigerians are not waking up to the reality of COVID-19. Just imagine, with all due respect, the penultimate speaker, vaccine or no vaccine, the best prevention for COVID-19 is our own personal individual effort. Use of face mask to cover our nose and mouth, as you have pointed out initially. And then, of course, social distancing. Of course, personal hygiene when it comes to wash of hands or use of hand sanitizers, alcohol-based hand sanitizers. So these are some of the things that we want to take personal responsibility. I listen to you recounting what the governor is doing, urging, religious leaders, to take actions, in their own side, in their own way, to reach out to the, to the congregants. It reminds me, yesterday I tried to call into the program, and somehow I didn't get to speak to the ASU chairman who was on air.
Okay.
Because the point I was said to him is that the idea of we not taking personal responsibility is something we need to watch out for. ASU is saying government. ASU is saying government. Now SANU and NASU are going to start. What we are not getting is that I need to the point you try to make him respond to. What is ASU doing?
All right, Mr. Ibrahim, Mr. Ibrahim Momo, I would allow you make this conversation tomorrow when it's going to be open mic, okay? So let's not divert.
No. The point I just want to make generally that we all should be asking ourselves, what are we doing to ensure the fight against COVID-19 is won? Rather than looking at what the government is doing. That's my take especially.
All right, thank you so much for your contribution. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning and welcome to Dialogue. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, this is Abraham calling from Bypass.
Welcome, Abraham. Go ahead.
Okay, first I would like to address the issues of COVID-19. All right, by the grace of God, I spent almost 2 years while in the north. Now, speaking generally as a Nigerian, not just as a citizen or someone from Edo State. Now, I saw how they managed and they do their things over there, and I'm seeing the way we do our things over here. Now, talking about social distance, I want to go after, take for example, I want to go to Adoawa right now. I'm going to enter a bus, let's say a taxi. Now, in that taxi, you have probably 4 persons at the back. Now, at the front, you're going to have maybe 2, 3, or 4, depending on how the driver decides to do it. Now, we have a rule of 1 meter or 2 meters, right?
Yeah.
Now, if that 1 meter and 2 meters is not adhered to, because you never up to half a meter while sitting, now that's another problem.
All right, you have to wrap up your thought now.
Okay, now, my thought is this: how do we manage it? Now, there should be restriction to buses. I don't know if the government, can help in streamlining or telling the drivers or taxi drivers, these are the numbers of places, especially taxi drivers. Now, that's that. Now, for the ASU and NASU strike and the teacher strike, you see, all these things boils down to the constitution of this country. The common man is the one suffering it.
All right, thank you. Thank you. I have to let you go now. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Nigeria.
Good morning to you. Welcome. What's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Open Secret, radio professor and the ASA ambassador to the whole world.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, I hate the issue of the dilly that is happening in our universities, especially. You see, each time, for some recent times now, each time ASU is agitating for anything in the university, the non-academic staff and the whatever staff, they will still Alabama and pretend as if they go to work. They will not think of joining ties with ASU to fight the matter. When ASU would have taken out their time to fight their cause and maybe they get some results, the next morning you now see that the panel and the non-academic will not come out to say that as far as the way themselves and the academic staff, they are the same university, they are settled the academic staff, they must also settle them. And whereas it's uncalled for. If you want to fight a cause, why can't you join in the matter? When the matter is going on, you are not joining, you didn't request to be joined as a party in the matter. Then when the other party fights it, then you now come and say you want to engage from the judgment. So, however, I think that this issue of association, government really need to sit down and look at them, see how the National Assembly. So regulate all this multiplicity of the association. If you say you are going to the hospital, who do you go to see? You not the doctor. If you say you are going to the school, who do you have the mind to go and see? You not the teacher. Then why should the lab scientists and the nurses holding ground with the doctor and the messenger to the university and the bookkeeper holding ground with the professor?
All right, thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, good morning. All right, do well to call us back. I guess that's a mistake, putting us on hold. But regardless of that, let's move on to your messages this morning and see if we have any messages so far. If you want to make a contribution via text message, you can send a message to 0807 400 9076. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hi, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. My name is Pius.
Your name is what?
Yeah. Pius. Yeah.
All right. Where are you calling from?
Yeah. I just want to contribute on the aspect of your discussion, which is on Sano, Naku, or whatever you call it. Okay. I think there is a design confusion among them. Number one, all this while we are not the area of Sano and all that fighting the battle along with Apple. Now that payment has been made, they are coming in indirectly. I don't know, have they not been there over time when the government has been giving money out? Is it that the government will share the money among them in that order? That is not right. You cannot benefit from a judgment in which we are not a party. That is obvious. It's given. Now, talking hard on the lecturers. I don't know. We are always looking for our own. I want to take. What are they doing to the economy, to the nation? Now look at the problem with America. Many lecturers from Yale University, from Harvard, from MIT, they are talking and they are giving a solution and analysis. That's what they are there. It's not for battling with the money, give us money, do this and all that. By the way, Jesus has told us in Matthew 4:6 that cannot, it's not only bread alone we just depend on. In Nigeria, it's only bread. Contribute to learning, contribute to the current situation. When the governor diverted all the largest and the palliative, I didn't hear a lecturer writing or saying anything. The people were surchanged with all the palliative, the feed and all that. So I'm looking at it on the hard way that lecturers should do more than asking for money every time, putting our children in jeopardy. We will be happy. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for your contribution. Phone lines are still open. 0706-263-9275 and 0903-939-4427. Just one more call and one more message, and we are done for the day. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Fulani Aguele. I'm calling from Benin here.
Welcome, Mr. Fulani. Go ahead.
You see, let me tell you my sister, the truth.
of the matter is that every Nigerian is an Oliver Twist. This one that people will also must yearn for more. Everybody believes in money because even the word of God says money is a defense. But that aside, to be candid, if you ask me my own opinion, I will tell you outright that I am blaming the government. If you have, for example, you have two kids, and you want to, if each time you give them something to share, they fight over it. What is the government supposed to do? Is to separate them and give each and every one his own, so that there will be no fighting. But like I said before, in one of the stations, federal government knows what they are doing. It's just to bring their head together and knock it together.
All right.
That is my candid view.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you so much. Let's take one message before we go. I'm paying attention to those texting us on the text platform this morning. All right, this is coming from Ibrahim all the way from Agbo Road. Edo State double standard. I beg your pardon. Edo State double standard or double standing shocks me before and after Edo Ukibar election. All right, thank you, Ibrahim from Agbo Road. I guess this is where we draw the curtain on today's edition of the program. Do well. Tomorrow is open mic. We get to talk about all of the topics that we've talked about over the week. It's a very long time for you to make your contribution. This is to you, Mr. Ibrahim Momo, who wanted to address the ASU issue yesterday, but you could not. Try tomorrow and call in, and then you can make your contribution on any issue within the week that you were not able to cover. All right, let's now head on to the news update that comes up at 10. I am God's Love Orlando saying thanks for listening and good morning.
So tired, you know they take you holiday. You write application, you go for auditions, but still it be like saying no they pay. They don't laugh you tired. Some say share until your mate get the aeroplane. Before you go make come, you beg God to make calm, but see, everybody get you late. So my brother hustle, so my sister walk. No condition lasts forever, your own turn become. So my brother hustle, so my sister walk. Beans you know they cook forever, your own things go down. If you see person make a more rejoice with them. If they ask you what's your no, take no offense. See this life that's all by time, know your time they come, because no be only you kill Jesus. We plenty for yeah.